Hey everybody, it's the Fax Man here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, along with my son JJ. First time we're doing a video together, probably be the last. Maybe not. Basically, we're gonna do a video, talk about March Madness, maybe a couple of funny stories. And again, we don't get a chance to do these with me in DC or Northern Virginia, not DC, and him in New Jersey. Just to kind of show you how the weekend is going here in Atlantic City. This is my money. This is like one strap of $10,000. This is JJ's an empty strap of $10,000. Out of that $10,000, there are 3 $5 chips. 1, 2, 3. That means one thing. Dad, I ain't got toll money and I ain't got gas. Hook me up.
That's a straight lie. I just got here like literally an hour ago.
Not a straight lie. Depends on what a straight lie is. But this 10,000 is going on Virginia. I don't know if you guys know this, but some of you who do, my first wife, her name was Virginia. I used to call her Virgin for short, but not for long. All right, I'm gonna bring it over to him. All I'm doing today is wait, show my tickets. What I did here. I bet Virginia to win the whole tournament. I think everybody knows that if you visited my
we got
farm.
some bets in here. I don't know if you guys could see it.
He's got a mouse in his pocket. He just got here.
It's Virginia for the game, 4,400. Virginia first half, 5,500. Just so you know, like, just in case people think I'm sitting here, I'm like a broke dick. I mean, this is 4,000. I mean, I'm not sitting here like a piker.
It's 4,000, but he's got to pay juice on it.
Okay, so for tonight, we definitely like Virginia. Not to sound like homers, I think it's just a mismatch there with Auburn. I know that the public seems to be all over Auburn tonight. You know, for obvious reasons. The team is just raining from 3. They have a lot of hype around their one injured kid that they're all supposedly going to rally around. All honesty, fuck that guy. Virginia is just a much better team. They're much better at defending the 3-ball, which Auburn is obviously what they've been riding all year. Definitely expect them to struggle and slow down in this matchup. I'm not sure what you're getting now, whether it's 5 or 6.
Play 14. Get an alternate line. If you like, let me tell you something. Laying 6 points is for pussies. Okay. Stick your right hand. Put it right hand. Right. Grab it between your legs. Squeeze them balls like 3 or 4 times. Squeeze them. Call your book. Whoever you deal with, call offshore, say, look, what's the line at -14? Because if Virginia don't win this game by 14 points or more, I promise you there'll be an NC2A investigation. Easiest money ever made.
But to that point, I mean, and that's a decent point you bring up, because in that manner, it might make more sense if you're gonna bet Auburn anyway. Just bet them on the money line. I mean, the points ain't gonna matter. Virginia's either gonna blow this team out, or Auburn's gonna make it rain from 3, and Virginia's gonna end up struggling to keep pace. So the spread here I don't think matters at all. If you're gonna play the game, either play Auburn straight up or join the club here and lay the points with Virginia.
The funny part about it is, if you guys have watched my videos in the past, I mean, if you haven't, look them up. JJ will do the videos based on the analytics, and do all this kind of stuff. Like the first video I did, I remember. All right, guys, look. When you were born, God blessed you with 2 things between your legs called balls. Call your stockbroker, call your fucking pawnbroker, call anybody you want, but you pound this game like chopped meat. You pound this game like a fucking 21-year-old virgin. And I say all that kind of shit. And after I started doing it, I just couldn't stop doing it. And total opposites. It's amazing how the way I do them and the way he does them.
I'm a little more politically correct, but you know, those chromosomes are still here. You know, you'll see that pop out from time to time for sure.
I bust his balls a lot, but like we'll go down to the table, he'll fire. There's no question about it. He does.
So yeah, we definitely like Virginia. For the Michigan State Tech game, we're gonna also roll Michigan State. Again, it's just one of those pieces where, you know, Tech is so good defensively.
Wait, time out. Ladies and gentlemen, Boston Red Sox just gave up another home run. How many home runs did they give up?
You know what? And I'll stop on the Michigan State talk for a second, because it's true. If you've been one of those people, who's been laying the 200 every game with the Red Sox, and the Yankees, you've basically burned a hole in your wallet, especially recently. So here's the thing: for MLB, the one game we're going to give out today is going to be the Diamondbacks. You're getting dog money on a team that's just playing a team that can't find pitchers. as my dad had mentioned to me before the video, basically the Red Sox bus driver might have a lower ERA than some of these guys recently. I know that they're playing in Arizona, with the humidor, but the ball's still carrying out of there. They're definitely playing well, and Boston just can't find wins right now. So I find it crazy that people are continuing to lay juice with this team. Take the dog money tonight with the Diamondbacks. David Price is a mutt. Diamondbacks have some good righties. They should be able to hit them up a bit.
I don't know how they're even how they make Boston a favorite. Price has choked on. Price is a choker. I mean, he's definitely not related to Linda Lovelace. I cannot believe at anybody. This guy's got no balls. But remember, up until this year, we had like a decent playoff. He fucked up more playoff games because he don't got balls. Now the team's struggling. They're going to call to him and say, "Look, put out the fire." This guy put out a fire with a gas can. I'm serious. No, I mean, Arizona's home. They'll drill this guy. And I don't think Boston's even scoring. Another home run. Would they score 18 runs last night? And like 12 of them were from the home run?
They just hit another home run about an hour ago.
Shit. And batting practice. Well, same thing.
Yes, like I said, we're gonna roll Arizona tonight. Should be a good game to play them. I know the line's moved a little bit from open, but there's still value on Arizona. Okay, so back to the Michigan State game. Again, we're gonna lay the small line with Michigan State just because Tech's another one of those public-friendly teams that have been playing really well. Arguably the best defense in the country. However, Michigan State's bigs going to be real tough for them inside, and also Michigan State's one of the best passing teams in the country. They should be able to wiggle that ball around to find room, find availability, and should be able to cover. Obviously, the best player on the court is going to be on that Michigan State side. Cassius Winston should be able to facilitate, again, moving that ball around and get good open looks all game. They should be able to score. And again, small line there, so we'll be grabbing that with Michigan State. Any stories you want to?
Well, no. One thing I wanted to mention, I'll get into a story in a bit. But one thing I wanted to mention, a lot of times, I know I get a lot of emails just based on being around a lot of times. Hey, how about your picks and all this kind of stuff? And truth be told, and I tell everybody, there's people that...
It's a good point, Scott.
When somebody emails me and says they want picks, the first thing I ask them is, if you're playing $100 a game, I'm stealing your money, and I don't need your money to steal. And I've kind of gotten out of the business because it got to the point where I use a certain place, bookmaker, I use their lines, I play a lot of openers, and I can't, my job basically has always been, for the last 30 years, to protect you from you. I can't predict the outcomes of final scores, I can't do that, but protecting you from you is a lot. So when people ask how much money could you make me and all that kind of stuff, I basically told my son, I said, I don't need the headache as far as somebody betting 50 or 100 bucks a game, or somebody saying, I don't like baseball, I want NBA basketball. I haven't made an NBA basketball bet in 20 years. This is not something that I do. Now, I always say, have I taken clients on? Sure, I have, basically by invitation only. And it's really hard because it puts him on the spot when they ask, who's the best handicapper you know? And he's like, well, Dad, I mean, I know in tennis and baseball, it's you, but I can't tell people that, and I don't want him to. But you guys got to understand, I try to get to all your emails when I can, but in every email, I tell you everybody the same thing. I'm 0-0. I'm not retaining clients. If you wanted to win, you got to kind of pass the smell test with me, and then even then, it's going to be a long shot. But again, I know you asked him about who's good handicappers and who's bad. We worry about ourselves as far as that. Well, whoever else is out there, we don't know or really care about. We're worrying about ourselves.
And I saw the Showtime series yesterday or last night. I'm sure many of you guys did. Pretty good series they're putting together. Vegas Dave and Kelly. Yeah. You knew Kelly.
They used to work at Don Best. I had the #1 video at Don Best. Every video except when they promoted the Westgate contest. I had more views, and I mean, then Kelly came by. Vegas Dave, his story is, that's a story, it's for another day, but he's a complete maniac. I don't want to say trust fund baby, but he's never a handicapper. He just wanted to find the way to get famous, and real estate or whatever his family business was, I think it was real estate in Hawaii, just wasn't exciting enough. So, but everybody has their stories. His is he just printed his.
The good part with that series is the first episode was all of like the glamour about him. The second episode was more about the downs on him, how much money he's borrowed from his family to get him out of a hole. But look, to each his own. You know, I'm not one to judge somebody's or critique somebody's direction that found them success. But you know, you just got to be wary of a guy that's selling picks for that amount of money and guaranteeing anything, because guarantees don't exist.
Do you know? And you probably don't even know this, but based on social media and what's out there now, people talk about the tout business as being, like horrible. I can promise you, in the '80s, it was at its worst. I mean, it's tame the way it used to be. There were guys like Mike Warren, for you old timers, the professor Ed Horowitz. He died. Go figure. Doing an ounce of coke a day at 70. I mean, like the Stu Finders out there. I can remember walking into one of these boiler rooms, and this was exactly the sales pitch how it went. It would be something to the point where a guy called with the phone and it's like, John, it's Tony Moscato, use some kind of like mafia name. They take the Virginia game off the board? Why, you still got a line in Virginia? Holy shit. Fucking crack your kid's piggy bank. Do anything you can. Fucking pawn your lawnmower. Do anything you can. This game will not lose. I can't believe your book's got a line in the game. Okay, MasterCard starting with a 4. Let's go. I want to take a dime off your card right now. And from now on, after this dime, I'm going to charge you $20 a game. You're going to be with me for the rest of the year. Game can't lose. I'm telling you. And these guys were under the ether. They didn't know. It was all new. They couldn't get exposed. So you're in the office and the guy says, take $6,000 off the guy's credit card. And they're like, $6,000. The guy said $1,000. He said, yeah, but he'd be with us for the year if we make money. So for $20 a game, he's going to be with us for the year because we're not going to lose money. And so just take $6,000 off his card. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? And I said, well, just out of curiosity, what if by fluke the game does lose? Well, we'll tell him to double up the next day until he wins. And if that lose, we'll tell him to triple up. So, I mean, it was really bad. Guy'd call up and say, hey, look, you can't do that. I mean, I'm going to get in trouble. Okay, I'll call your wife and tell you you're a scumbag, degenerate gambler that pays guys like me money to get picks so you can feed your habit. No, we're good. I'll take the picks. I mean, I'm telling you, it was bad in them days. Now, what's somebody going to do? You're going to pay $25 by clicking on somebody's thing. You lose the game, you lose the game. But that's it. But it was bad back in the day. It was the Wild West. But you did the story about the crap story in Vegas? Well, we got the crap story in Vegas. We got the guy that said that he was going to kick my ass with the Gator shirt on.
I don't know if we did that one.
We didn't do that one?
No.
So I'm not a tough guy or a fighter kind of guy, but I'm crazy, and he tries to tell me you're getting older and slow down, and I can't do it. So I have reserved seats at Caesars or someplace to watch the game. And it has my name, Jay Abracina or whatever, and it's like 4 seats for us. And did you come back, or did that crazy guy come back?
Paulie came back.
Paul comes back and he says, I told the guy that was sitting in your seat that the seat was reserved. And he says, yeah, well, you tell this guy when he comes back, I'm going to spit in his face or kick his ass.
Yeah, spit in his face. The thing was, the sportsbook was completely full, and there were 3 empty reserved seats in the front of the sportsbook.
And we were at the dice table.
With Apricina on them. And this one douchebag got pissed off that they were empty. So he comes over, and our buddy Paul was sitting in one of those seats, and he was like, this guy went to sit down in one of those other empty seats, and the guy's like, hey, why can't I sit in these seats? And Paul's like, well, those are for Joe Apricina. But Joe Apricina ain't here now. And Paul's like, yeah, but he will be, and when he is, they're his seats, so, get the fuck away. So the guy's like, well, you tell Joe Apricina to come see me, and he can take me off these seats himself. So Paul goes over to the craps table, tells us.
And you said, no, don't.
Swear to God, yeah, my dad's probably got 12,000 on the table. I have my own about 3,000 or 4,000 on the table. And middle of a roll, Paul tells this to my dad. My dad goes, all right, cover, please.
Just left.
And just leaves
But
the
he
table.
knew what would happen. He's like, no, don't, just stay here. Let me go there. Let me just stay there. Because he knew I was, smoke was coming out of my ears. And then did I go up to the wrong guy? Like, didn't I go up to a biker?
he goes there, and I end up following him just to make sure. He's a little volatile, and he's not the same size he used to be. So he goes up. So he speaks to Paul, and he's like, Paul, which guy is it? And Paul points in the direction of a few individuals. So my dad makes the assumption it's the biggest guy there.
Yeah, the guy, he's like a biker, like a fucking Hell's Angel guy.
He was like, a guy was like 6'4", 280, definitely pounding cheeseburgers all the time. Either way, he was big, and Dad pokes him in the back and says, "Hey, I hear you have a problem with me." And the guy's like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And he's like, "You got a problem with my seats?" And guy was like, "Again, no idea what you're talking about, sir." And Paul's like, "No, not that guy, not that guy, not that guy. This other guy." So this other guy on the other side of the, I'll tell you, went right up to him.
Yeah, he was. Did he have the Gator shirt on?
He had the Gator, and they were playing. And he had the Gator. He had a Gator shirt on. Alabama was playing Florida in college football, and you can tell.
Yeah. So I walked up to him. I says, "Is there a face you want to spit on?" So I said, he's like, "What?" I said, "Well, I'm Joe Abrasinos. Come spit in my face." I says,
No. He said, "Hey, I heard you're looking for Joe Abrasinos."
Yeah.
I heard you're looking for Joe Abrasinos. The guy's like, yeah. Where is that asshole? He's like, right in fucking front of you. What's the problem?
Yeah, I said, "Spit in my face." I said, "Spit in my face right now." I said, "I'll fucking take a knife and cut you like a Thanksgiving turkey, you prick." And I went fucking crazy. And this guy turned white as a ghost. And he was fucking scared to death. And then, of course, he's yelling at me. He's like, what if this guy would have fucking, what if this guy would have came at you? What would you have said? I would have said, fucking Virginia for 10 grand. No, then as he's leaving, I'm going.
Yeah. As he's leaving, Dad's like, yeah, roll tide.
Yeah, I was going roll tide. Fuck you. Yeah, that's, well, at my forum, Sports Forum Picks, one of my closest friends, his name is Ozzy. And he, almost the same situation that happened. These two guys were just being assholes. They were drunk, and then there was another friend. There was like 3 of them total, and they were like, we're at Harrah's, where you got, I don't know if you've ever been to Harrah's in Vegas, that right outside the sports book, you can go outside by there's like an outside area. So these guys were getting real fucking belligerent, and one of the guys like, hey, we could take this outside. I said, well, let's take it outside. And I'm like, Ozzy looks like fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's got like 2 ounces of fucking body fat on him. He's a monster, right? So I was like, us 2 against them 3, it shouldn't be a problem, right? I think I'm gonna sucker punch one of them, knock his ass out, and then Ozzy will take care of the other 2. So we start walking out like they're in front of us. So as soon as we get on the outside, I said to the guy, I said, hey, loudmouth, boom, I crack him, fucking drop him. I said, Oz, you cocksucker, Oz. He's on the phone, and meanwhile, lucky enough, the other 2 guys got scared, and Ozzy comes in about 2 minutes later holding 2 fucking rent-a-cop security guards, right, that don't even have weapons. They have like a baton, right, nothing, just like $8 an hour guys. And I said, what are you doing? He says, well, I didn't want to see you get in trouble. I called security. I said, me getting in trouble was you not showing up behind me. I said, these guys would have destroyed me. Are you crazy? And but I would never forget that. He fucking called security.
That sucker punch is key though, because it's like you always say, the only people that get sucker punch are suckers.
Yeah,
it's all about that first hit.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Don't be the last one. Fucking hit him first. And there's no such thing as a sucker punch when your back is against the wall. You know what I mean? It's like the time when I'll never forget this. We're at the China Club in New York City, and me and my friend Eddie are out there, and we used to go on Tuesday nights. It was a friend of mine who was the promoter there. So it's Tuesday night, we're at the China Club, and Tuesday was settle up day. My dad was a book, so I used to settle up with all the bartenders and stuff like that. So we'd go there on Tuesday, and it'd settle up, and I had a bunch of money that I had to pick up. And as I'm walking to the car, right, 2 guys come up. One guy had a knife, one guy had a gun. Puerto Rican guys. Not that it was Puerto Ricans. That's that area, Could have been Hispanic, some kind of shit, but there were definitely some kind of OYAs. I don't know. Anyway, the guy's like, give me your fucking money. I was like, fuck you, I ain't giving you my money. I don't have any. He's like, you got money. So he must have been tailing me. So I said, 1 second. I said, Eddie, listen, what'd you win for the week? What was your figure? He said, I was plus 3,400. I said, listen, you could have your money, but here, I'm going to pay this guy first. So I started handing the money out and paying him, right? He said, what the fuck you doing? I said, before you rob me, I'm paying him. He's like, pal, listen, give me the money. I said, you fucking wait, cocksucker. Let me pay him the money. He's like, you ain't paying me because then I'm going to get robbed. I said, look, that's the way it's going to go. And he's like, you 2 guys are tripping. I said, motherfucker, you want to rob us, you can rob us, but let us handle this first. I said, take the money. No, I ain't taking the money. He turns around and slaps me in the face. Me and him get into a fucking brawl, right? These 2 guys like, you're tripping. And they fucking both ran away. And we didn't do it intentionally. We just actually got into a fight because I was going to pay him the money. Fucking guy left. Fucking muggers ran away. That was some crazy shit. We're going to go right down now to the dice table, play outside numbers, 4, 5, 9, 10. Hope we get lucky. If we do, we'll We'll take this 10 and we'll make it into 20. If anybody needs to reach me, any questions about some sporting events, don't blow up my email with stupid questions like stupid questions, joe@faxman.com. You got...
Yeah, j@persina@gmail. You could always reach me, guys, if you need anything. I know a few people have been emailing me. You could do it through the channel, too, if you just click on how to reach the channel, how to email the channel. It'll send it to j@persina@gmail. So, yeah, definitely reach out. Let me see if I can see the comments to answer anything. I don't even know. This is all new to us. We don't really know how to do this shit. Chat, I guess. Okay, so I know that one of you guys had asked about the under for Michigan State first half. It would definitely be a lean. I think it'd be crazy to bet the over, to be honest, in that first half, just because, again, two teams going to try to figure themselves out early, probably going to be a little nerves. So if there's anything, I definitely lean towards the under. I think it's 62.5 or 63.5, something like that. Definitely a lean, but it wouldn't be something I'd put the mortgage on. So definitely look into that. MLB pick for tomorrow. So Josh, we gave it a pick earlier in the video. I'm not sure what time you jumped on, but Arizona as a dog tonight should be the play. They again, I think Boston just gave up another home run.
Yeah, they did.
So yeah, ultimately Arizona should be the play tonight, again at dog money.
Last thing before I go, JD's working real hard on building the channel. I kind of dropped the ball on it last year or year. I just didn't have the time for it. But if you got friends that are sports fans, I can promise you, we'll do more things like this. We'll do what we can. Like right now, I got some good contacts in Vegas, Atlantic City, and I'm just getting a hookup right now in Biloxi. So we want to be able to do things like, comp weekend for, some guys, referrals. The more people, there's power in numbers. The more people that join this, you got to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and that's the way it works. So if we can get to a point where the channel's getting some exposure, me and JJ are working on some podcasts and some radio things together down the road. So again, the more you tell people and
yeah, I mean, tell your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your wives, and if you're down south, your wives probably are your cousins.
Yeah.
So just anybody feel free to let them know.
The priests are fucking degenerate gamblers too. No, they are, seriously. We're not fucking boys. I'm Catholic. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
But no, honestly, thanks guys for watching. Feel free to comment below. I'll be able to respond to a few comments later on. But ultimately, to recap real quick, we bet Virginia. We bet Virginia, we bet Michigan State, and we bet Arizona tonight. So good luck to us. If those don't win, we will be probably riding home.
Witness protection.
Yeah, we'll be trying to jump in somebody else's taxi if those don't win.
Yeah, the last time I made a bet this big, I went to Vegas in a $80,000 Mercedes. I drove home in a $500,000 Greyhound.
All right, thanks again, guys, and we'll be back soon.